Robinhood just cut 10% of its workforce. And the scariest part? They didn't blame AI. Most companies have been hiding behind AI as the reason for layoffs, but Robinhood didn't bother. They said business is strong. Revenue is up. The company is profitable. And they're still cutting 1 in 10 workers. That should send a chill down the spine of every person watching this right now. Let's do facts first. Robinhood Markets employs roughly 1,000 people. A 10% cut means around 100 jobs gone. The internal memo didn't cite struggling revenues, a contracting market, or AI automation. Instead, the language was deliberate and cold. The company said it wants to, quote, run leaner. They called it operational discipline. That's it. That's the whole explanation. Now pay close attention to the specific words the CEO used in that memo. Flatten the organization. Avoid becoming heavily layered. Stay lean and focused. Maximize talent density. Continue strategic hiring. Invest in frontier technologies. Every one of those phrases is carefully chosen. And together, they paint a picture that is fundamentally different from anything we've seen before in the AI layoff era. Here's the shift that matters. For the past 2 years, we've all been locked in a debate: can AI actually replace your job? Is it good enough? Does it write code as well as a senior engineer? Does it handle customer service better than a human rep? Tech workers have been stress testing AI tools, arguing on Reddit, posting LinkedIn hot takes, all trying to figure out if the technology is capable enough to justify cutting headcount. But Robinhood just made that entire debate irrelevant. Because they didn't claim AI is replacing anyone. They don't have to prove that. They don't need to show you a side-by-side comparison of a human versus a language model. They just said, we want to run leaner. And in doing so, they've introduced a darker question, one that nobody in the tech workforce is asking loudly enough yet. That question is this: does AI even need to be good enough for CEOs to make the layoffs permanent? Think about that for a second. A company doesn't need to prove that a robot does your job better than you. They just need to believe or claim to believe that they can do more with less. AI gives executives the psychological cover and the strategic framing to restructure headcount, even if the technology isn't fully there yet. This is what we're calling the new phase of AI-era layoffs. Phase 1 was the post-pandemic correction. Companies overhired during COVID, growth slowed, and they cut back. We saw that at Meta, Amazon, Google, Salesforce. Tens of thousands of jobs wiped out between 2022 and 2023. Phase 2 was AI as the excuse. Companies started citing AI investment and automation as justification for reducing headcount. Phase 3, what Robinhood just demonstrated, is AI as the ambient justification. You don't even need to mention it. The market assumes it. The board assumes it. And that's enough. And here's why that matters for you specifically. If you're a software engineer, a product manager, a data analyst, a UX designer, you have spent the last year trying to make yourself indispensable. You've learned prompt engineering. You've added AI tools to your workflow. You've made yourself faster and more productive. And what Robinhood is showing us is that your productivity gains might actually work against you. If 10 people can now do what 15 used to do, the company doesn't give you a raise. They cut 5 people and keep the same output. This is something economists call the productivity paradox, and it's not new. We saw it with factory automation in the 1980s. We saw it with enterprise software in the 1990s. Workers get more efficient, companies get leaner, and the gains flow upward to shareholders, not back down to the workers who created the efficiency in the first place. What's different now is the speed. AI is compressing decades of automation into a few years. Let's put some numbers on this so it's not abstract. Robinhood reported $927 million in total net revenue for 2024, up 58% year over year. The company is not struggling. It turned profitable. It's growing. And it still cut 10% of its people. This is not a distressed company making hard choices. This is a healthy company making a strategic choice. That distinction is everything. And Robinhood is not alone. We're starting to see a pattern form across the industry. Companies like Duolingo, Klarna, and others have openly stated they are replacing contractors in certain roles with AI, not because those workers were underperforming, but because the math changed. Klarna's CEO said their AI assistant now does the work of 700 customer service agents. That's not a layoff announcement. That's a headcount strategy baked into the business model going forward. So what do you actually do with this information? We're not here to panic you, we're here to prepare you. The workers who are most at risk right now are the ones whose value is primarily in execution. writing the same type of code, handling repeat customer interactions. We also want to be direct about something. The framing of just upskill and you'll be fine is increasingly insufficient. Yes, learning new tools matters. Yes, adaptability matters. But if the structural incentive for companies is to run leaner regardless of individual performance, then individual effort alone can't be the only answer. This is a policy conversation too. Severance protections, retraining funds, portable benefits, these are the levers that workers collectively need to push on. The Robinhood memo is a reminder that your career security and your company's interests are not automatically aligned. The bottom line here is straightforward. Robinhood didn't need AI to be the villain in this story. The villain, if we're being honest, is a business model that has always treated labor as a cost to be minimized. AI just made that minimization faster, cleaner, and easier to justify without a press conference. The memo doesn't say AI replaced you. It says we want to be leaner. And in 2025, everyone knows what that means. We'll keep tracking this because this is just the beginning.